residential property auctions. Two parts of contract form the framework of your competition here today, particular sale, and then the vendor statement, which is more commonly known as a Section 32 document that contains and outlines all the relevant information you need to know in terms of becoming a new owner of this property right here. Now, the particular sale raises following the marketing agent for our owner here today is Waverley Real Estate. And the property we sell is commonly known to you and I simply as number 110 Albany Drive in Mulgrave. Inclusive in today's sale, ladies and gentlemen, all fixed-wall coverage, light fittings, window finishings, everything that's in the permanent nature as inspected will be delivered to you in the same condition in a 30 up to 80 days time. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll sell under auction conditions today, so a 10% deposit is what we need from you upon signing the contract sale. Of course, if you do choose to pay by the way of EFT, $20,000 is the minimum amount that will require you to transfer, and the balance is to be paid next Monday. Like I said, settlement is 30 up to 80 days time, of course, unless you made other arrangements with the marketing team before the commencement of today's auction. The contract you'll be signing is unconditional. There is no cooling off period. Now, as the auctioneer, it's my duty and responsibility to ensure today's auction is conducted in accordance with the rules that's set out in the Sale Land Regulations 2014 Schedule 1 or any other conditions that's made available for inspection prior to today's auction. The rules prohibit false bidding, major interruptions by bidders, or a bidder try to prevent other bidders from bidding, and there are fines for these conducts. Bidders will be indicated upon request by me as the auctioneer. By the way, there will be one bidder couldn't make it to the on-site here, will be bidding over the phone. So if you see one of the team members, Stephen, called out the bids, that will be bidding from this particular buyer. Now, the rules permit vendor bids the terms I will use the indicator bidder maker on behalf of the vendor will be simply vendor bid, and by law, only I as the auctioneer here today can make a vendor bid. And lastly, most importantly, buyers, if you want to be the one assigning one of these in the next 10-15 minutes, please pay particular attention to the next two rules because they are crucial for your success here today. One, by law, as the auctioneer, I cannot accept any bids or offers that's made after I declared property sold. So before I knock it down to the successful person here today, I'll simply call it out 3 times, like so. First call, second call, third and final call. And once the property has been knocked down, I can't take any more bids. Many railway staff on site here today to assist you with your purchase, so make sure your bids are heard loud and clearly before I knock it down to your competition here today. Now lastly, ladies and gentlemen, the owner has a reserve price in the event if we fall short of that reserve. By law, only the highest bidder will have the first opportunity to buy this property at owner's reserve. Now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to 110 Albany Drive here in Mulgrave. What are we offering you here today? What are you competing on here today is something special. Which means if you missed out on this, it'll be a long time until we can find something similar for you to buy. 3 bedrooms, 3 bathroom, huge ensuite towards the end with the master bedroom with the double vanity. And not to mention the 665 square meters rectangular with 17.5 frontage. The property is smaller, so you almost can move in straight away. Isn't that 80 days too long for you to wait to move in? In terms of location, the neighbours will testify everything this postcode, this particular pocket of Mulgrave is known for is pretty much right here on your doorstep. Albany Rose Primary School is literally 250 metres up the road. The shop's on Police Road, and not to mention Waverley Gardens just around the corner. Parklands, schools, everything. But buyers, you know that already. A sunny day like this, imagine at this very hour, 10:10 on a Saturday morning, next Saturday, instead of standing on the curbside of another auction, you could well spend your morning, a sunny morning like this, somewhere else because you've ended your house hunting today. A weather like this, you'd rather be on the poolside where this one has a large pool in the backyard or a cafe or a restaurant, your choice. But who's going to do that next week? Or who's going to see me again in an hour or next Saturday? We're going to find out here today, ladies and gentlemen, who's going to start bidding here. 110 Albany Drive in Mulgrave. Fair, reasonable, even-handed start in your hands. 850, there we go, sir. Quick and nice, and $850,000. All the best with your bid. I'll call $20,000 rise from this point now. At $850,000 to my ride with Elvis over there. At $850,000, who's going to take me to 870? At 850, your call, sir. 70, phone bidder over there to 870. All the best with your bidding here today. At $870,000 against you, sir. Take me to 900, a quarter, 890, your choice. At 870,000 over there. At 870. 890. 890, 90 now against you, sir. At $890,000, call another 20, make it a 910. At $890,000, opening bidder holds the key. At 890, what do you want to do? At $890,000, are we all done? All finished, all silent. At $890,000. First call at $890. At $890,000, opening bidder. You hold the key at the moment at $890. Still below the indicator of selling range, ladies and gentlemen, at this level.
Danny, can you take 900?
I'll take you 10 and 900. And 900, same opportunity offering to you, sir. And 9 is the call. At $900,000.
910.
910, straight back at 910. At 910, what do you say? At $910,000 or 910 is the money. At 910 against you now. At $910,000, are we done? At $910,000, what do you say? At 910, calling first call.
20, Danny.
20, straight back at 20. 20, sir. 30.
30.
30. 30 now. At 30. 40. 930 with the opening bidder. And $930,000 fits over here. And 930, are we done? And 930,000 calling once.
40.
40. 40 now. 50, sir. 50. 50. Straight back. 50. That's the way to go. And 950,000 against you now. And 950 is the bid at $950,000. First go. And 950,000. It's over there. Second call at $950,000. Are we all done? All finished, all silent, and $950,000. What do you say? At 950 over there to 950,000. Again.
955, Danny.
55. 5. See if that works at 955, sir. 60. At 955. Same opportunity offering to everyone here at 955,000. The phone bidder holds the key. At 955, a 5 or better bid will put you back to the driver's seat. At 955, calling first time. Are we done? Finish and silent. 60, sir. At 955.
Gotta have strong bids.
Second call at $955,000. Are we all done? All finished, all silent. 955,000. And 955. What do you say? 5 or better be to call it 960. Here or anywhere. 955,000 for the third and final opportunity. And $955,000. Sir, what do you say? You had about 26 seconds to think about your next move. 955 over there.
Danny, we're on the market selling.
You heard the man at 955. If there's no more advancing, we're simply selling
960.
60, there we go, and 960. 60 straight back at $960,000. We're on the market selling at 960. Are we done at 960,000? 55. And 960 is the money with the opening bidder. And 960,000, are we done? Against you here at 960,000. Anyone can jump in if you've been holding back. Ladies and gentlemen, the gavel is out. I don't need to go in for any more instructions. We are selling at 960. 945. 60 is the call, and 960. First call now. And 960,000 with the opening bidder. Second call, and $960,000. All done, all finished, all silent now, and 960. What's your decision? 960 is the call. Permission to sell then. Third and final opportunity at $960,000. I need to know. 2 seconds. Need to know to be fair to them as well. And $960,000. And thank you for your patience, third. And 960. Are we done? And 960,000. Last three call. First time. And 960. Second call. And $960,000. That's the gavel. That's the contract. I can't take any calls. 960. What do you say? For the third and final opportunity at $960,000. All done, all finished, all silent. It is going. And ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the new owner. It's sold. Congratulations, well bought. Commiserations to the owner bidder. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for attending another successful railway auction. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.